Hi, I'm Mark Waite and welcome back to Mark My Words. Step 3 in my 10 bold steps to overcoming a setback is forgive yourself. Now, before you tune out, I need you to pay attention because this is very important. If you're like me, I have the ability to be quite self-critical of myself. When I was in the depth of the depths of frustration and despair and pain of my setback, I blame myself for a lot of things. I would say my self-talk was so deflating, and I would say things like, if only I hadn't have bought that business, if only I had have been a better husband or a better dad, or if only I had have not said this, or if only I had have not did that. And this self-talk would be playing in my mind over and over and over, and it was literally eating me from the inside out. And I learnt that how I spoke to myself was only as important as almost oxygen, because how you talk to yourself is really important. How you talk to other people is important, but it's even more important how you speak to you. So I had to somehow arrest this negative self-talk, and I was beating myself up from all this sea of pain and frustration and this sea of chaos that I was now facing into in the depths of my setback. And so I just had to get to a place where I woke up one day and said to myself, stop speaking to yourself like that. And I had to change my narrative, my self-narrative, what I was saying to me. And the cornerstone of that was the day I said to myself, I forgive you. I had to forgive me for the past mistakes. I have made a lot of mistakes in my life. I've had some wins, I must say, but I've also made some blunders, made some serious blunders. And if I spend too much time thinking about that, then it's not a good way to think, right? And this is why I had to rule off. Back in the day when I was at school, I remember the days when you'd come into class, particularly in primary school, and the teacher would say, if you finished a subject or finished a session, you would rule off your page in your notebook. You'd rule it off and you'd turn the page and you start a fresh page. And that's literally how I had to think about my past. I had to rule off and stop the negative self-talk. And even to a point where I actually started to have conversations with myself about, Mark, I forgive you for what you've done to yourself. And it got that real. And it worked, because what happened as a result, I ruled off, I forgave myself for my past mistakes, and then what happened was the emotional gravity or the emotional hold those past mistakes had on me, all of a sudden now is broken. And so even if I did think about them, they wouldn't have the emotional hold on me. So can I encourage you to forgive you? We're talking about rebuilding here. We're talking about overcoming your setback and rebuilding your life. For me, I had to do it on a solid foundation, and I couldn't afford to carry around the baggage of the past into my glorious future that I was hoping I could achieve. Just like your best days are ahead of you, but you have to rule off from your past and put it behind you, because you know what? You can do nothing about it. You just rule off and to forgive yourself, forgive you. And the day you do, there's a freedom that comes with it. Free of the anger, free of the resentment, free of the shame, free of the guilt of some of these past mistakes that we make. And for me, it was a big day. That was a massive day when I ruled off and forgave myself. And from that, freedom from those from those emotional strongholds. Those emotional strongholds were broken, and freedom became my portion. And I've got to say to you, it works. So can I encourage you to be real? Don't be living in denial. Don't be in that place where you think, oh no, it's not my fault. That didn't happen. I had nothing to do with that. Just get to a place where you're real with you. I remember someone saying in a movie once, I think it was Mel Gibson, who said something really powerful. It stuck to me, and he said, thou shalt not kid thyself. And so part of that is being real with you and admitting to yourself that, yeah, okay, you've made some mistakes. And, you know, if you were like me, I was parked there. I was repeating those mistakes to myself over and over and over. I just had to get to a place where I ruled off, and I encourage you to do the same thing too. Rule off, forgive yourself, and then we'll get on to the next exciting step, is the next one, which is up next.